Welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms Podcast, where your hosts, Tina and Colleen, talk about all things travel. From theme parks to cruises to all-inclusive resorts and more, they cover news, tricks, and insider tips to inspire your travel dreams. They love to travel and want you to love it too. Find out their best-kept secrets and learn how to make your next vacation extra magical, right here on the Magical Traveling Moms Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Magical Traveling Moms Podcast. My name is Colleen and I am joined today by my fantastic and fabulous co-host Tina. And today we are going to be talking all about Aulani, a Disney resort and spa that is in Ko'olina, Hawaii. I'm so excited to talk about this. But before we get started, we do always like to say a little something about the sponsors of our show, Mystical Dream Travel. Mystical Dream Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in family vacations to amazing destinations such as Aulani and other Disney destinations, as well as cruises, all-inclusive resorts, Mexico, the Caribbean. The agents at Mystical Dream Travel will help you from start to finish plan the perfect family vacation. And the best part of it is it doesn't cost you anything extra to use a Mystical Dream Travel agent. So really, it's a win-win. So when you are ready to plan your next family vacation, be sure to look up the fabulous agents at Mystical Dream Travel. You can find them at mysticaldreamtravel.com, or you can look them up on social media. So, hi, Tina. How are you today?
I'm fabulous. Colleen, how are you? I am so ready to dive into this topic today. It's such a hot location. Like, everybody wants to go.
Right now, it is. And I was going to say, like, I feel like this is a place. Now, Hawaii is a hot location. Like,
yes.
Everybody wants to go to Hawaii. But Aulani is not as well known as some other places, except American Idol was there. So
I know, I watched the last 2 nights. It was on.
Oh, awesome. So maybe more people know about it now because American Idol was there. But I think if people have heard of Aulani, they might not realize it's a Disney owned resort and spa. So I think it sounds amazing. I cannot wait to go there with my family next year and check it out. But I thought it would be great to, tell our listeners about this amazing option for going to Hawaii, because everybody really is very interested in going to Hawaii. And this is an awesome choice for some place to go, for a resort to stay at.
No, I 100% agree. I think people don't realize that Disney actually has a resort in Hawaii. They're quite surprised because I think when they think of Disney, they think of Mickey Mouse and princesses, which is, what they're known for. But they have this beautiful, beautiful destination. And I'm like you, I'm looking forward to going. Next year. We were supposed to go 2 years ago, and we all know what happened.
Delayed a little bit.
Yeah, so we had to push it back 2 years because we have so many vacations planned. So
I know, right? It's a good problem to have, right? Like, I have so many vacations already planned.
Yes.
But I am really, really looking forward to it. I'm already making my checklist of things we have to experience at Aulani.
Yes.
And in Hawaii in general. So I thought we'd start out, like, I kind of broke it down into sections, but I thought we'd start out by talking about the history of Aulani, because I think it's really cool. I don't know, Disney decided they wanted to build this resort, and they picked the island of Oahu, I'm sure because Honolulu is there. And I think Oahu is the most common island, for people to come visit. Like, that's the biggest tourist destination is Oahu because of Honolulu and Waikiki Beach.
Yes.
But they chose to put it in Ko'olina, which is a little bit outside of Honolulu, which I think is nice. But they really wanted, and of course, Disney, they don't ever do things halfway. Right?
Yeah, everything is very immersive for that.
Right, exactly. Like, of course, Imagineers, we think of Imagineers working at Walt Disney World and Disneyland on rides, but Imagineers also work on the resorts and the cruise lines and all that. So they had Imagineers work on Aulani, and they worked closely with local artisans and cultural experts because they want to make sure that the resort reflected the culture and the Hawaiian people and the history, which I think is awesome. I think that's great because I think sometimes like people go to Waikiki and like if you stay at the hotels like in Waikiki, it's very touristy and not so authentic.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
But Disney really wanted to make sure that their resort was above and beyond, you know, like of course with everything that Disney does. So it's the architecture is stunning. And they have all kinds of cultural artifacts and artwork and things that were a lot of the resort was handmade by local artisans, which is amazing.
I agree. I think there's so much. Disney does a great job at making everything authentic and being true to the culture. And they're very, very conscious about keeping and preserving, in this case, the island and the natural habitats. And,
Yeah.
you know, they're very good about that. So,
Well, and I feel, and they're storytellers, right?
yes,
Like
absolutely.
Disney is all about telling a story. So Aulani tells the story of the Hawaiian Islands and the Hawaiian people, which if you're going to Hawaii, I think that's what people want. They want to experience the culture and the heritage and the stories because it is exotic and it's different. It's not something you're going to find in, you know, the mainland of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is why I think it's also become very popular destination is people want to go somewhere different and exotic and experience something new, but it also is still staying within the United States. So you feel safer about it. You know, it's you're not worrying about having passports or going international or whatever. But I have never personally been to Hawaii, but I have planned many trips for clients there, and Oahu is definitely the place most people end up going. But this Ko'olina area is, and Ko'olina means place of joy,
Yes.
and Aulani means messenger of a chief, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, that was an interesting name. They didn't really explain why they chose that name, but maybe it's going along with that whole storytelling like idea.
I would agree. I think that, you know, they definitely have the storytelling, and I'm sure there is a story behind how they came up with that name.
I'm sure there
Let's
is.
look
I
it
know.
up.
I'm like,
Let's
I need
look
to
it up.
find out. Like, why did they choose Aulani as the name? But what I like about the location is that you're removed from the city and you're not right in, you know, you're not in Honolulu, you're not in Waikiki, but you're close enough that you could go in and visit. You know, you could go to the city, you could go to Waikiki or Pearl Harbor. You're not that far away.
Yes, and that gives you, it takes you, I think what the location of this resort gives you the opportunity to have that real Hawaiian experience and not
Yeah.
be in the commercial side of Hawaii.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
because
love the
you don't,
location.
people don't want touristy, really. You know, they don't really want it. They want authentic and they
Yes.
want to feel like they really connected. So I think Aulani does that. So they're on the ocean. They have, I think it was 21 acres of like
Yes.
oceanfront property, which is amazing. And they
Mhm.
have this beautiful cove that looks stunning. I mean,
I know.
it looks stunning. I can't imagine it in person.
Yes, I have been watching. I know you mentioned earlier about it. American Idol was showcasing Aulani
Yeah.
the last couple of nights. So I have actually been watching American Idol, and looking around and paying attention to the details of Aulani, not necessarily listening to the music and the people singing.
Literally in the background.
Yeah, I'm watching it for Aulani.
I love it. I love it.
So, and it looks amazing and beautiful and just absolutely gorgeous. They had scenes with sunsets, and I was just like, I need to be there. Like,
right? I can't imagine. Yeah.
We're like a little over a year before we go.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's going to go by fast, Tina. It's going to go by fast. It'll be fine. We'll be there before we know it. And then we'll want to go back, I'm sure, and have a longer stay, right? We're just going to get a taste.
I know. We're only going to be there for, I think, a few days. I'm actually going a little early because a friend of mine is actually renewing her wedding vows there.
What a beautiful place to
be. So I'll actually be there a little bit longer before we hop on the cruise. So
oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
So the cove that it's on is beautiful, but it's also nice because it kind of protects the water right there, so it's not as rough, and it's perfect for boogie boarding, and they have surf lessons and just swimming in general, for kids, it's very family friendly. I mean, of course it's Disney, right? But the whole resort is so family oriented and family friendly. So one of the things that I think is great about Aulani, which honestly is hard to find when you're looking for accommodations in Hawaii, in Honolulu, is it's a DVC resort. So DVC is Disney Vacation Club. And of course, any DVC resort, you're going to have like villas and suites. And so they do. Aulani has like 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. Do they have a 3 bedroom? I think they might have.
They do. They're limited. Yes. They're hard to get.
So, right. There's not a lot of them, but so you can really go with an extended family or a lot of people and stay all together, and you get a kitchen.
Yes, a full kitchen.
And I honestly think that's a really good idea, especially if you're going for a longer time, like a whole week, because food on Hawaii is very expensive.
Yes. So my brother lived in Hawaii for several years, and I can't believe it. I never went to see him. I know it's crazy.
What is wrong with you?
I know. But yeah, he would always talk about how expensive it is to actually eat out there. You think about everything has to be brought in by ship, or plane.
Right.
So definitely, but I like the idea of having a full kitchen there if you're there for an extended period of time, because it gives you that ability to have some food. Right. Now, when I'm on vacation, I don't like to cook, but that's my time.
I don't either, but it would be good for like breakfast, maybe lunch stuff, so maybe you're going out for dinner, but the rest of the time snacks really help you. I mean, because honestly, I think even just groceries are expensive, but it's less expensive than eating out for every meal.
Right, I agree.
And right across the street from Aulani, you can walk to, there's like a little shopping plaza, and there is a grocery store, as well as a few little like restaurants and things too. But like you can go over and get food pretty easily to bring, or I'm sure they can do grocery delivery too.
Yeah, I think, and I want to say, I could be mistaken, but I think Target is there close by.
Oh, really? Is there? Well, I mean, if Target's there,
or as we like to call Target.
I mean, yeah, it's that would be. Oh, we'll have to check that out when we're there. But I think that, I mean, they do have standard rooms as well. So they do have rooms just, with 2 queen beds or a king bed.
Right.
But I think that one of the suites or the villas would be perfect for a family, no matter how big you are, just because you have that extra room and you have the kitchen. But it's nice to have that option. And it is hard to find a hotel in Honolulu that has that.
Yeah, I agree. And so to be able to have that at a Disney resort is really amazing, and just be able to take that advantage of that is perfect.
I probably just want to move in. Like, what's the rent on this place?
I know. Can I just rent it out?
You have a monthly rate. You can stay here forever.
I know. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing.
Okay, we have to dive into all of the amazing amenities and activities and things you can do at this resort because
This
there's
is
a lot.
where, yes, this is where the magic is, right here.
This is what
In
that
the
is.
act-
Like, okay, we've got history, location. We know the rooms are amazing, but really, what are you going to do at the Aulani? I mean, you could really go to Aulani and not leave Aulani if you wanted. I mean, you should leave Aulani and go see other things, but like you could
Yes.
really fill a whole week like just at Aulani, I think.
Yes, I agree. There's so much to do, so many activities for families and kids, adult only, and I know it's just amazing.
It goes on and on. Like it's really crazy. Of course, it's Disney. It's a Disney resort, so you're gonna have characters.
Yes.
And I think this is going to be very similar. I'm assuming the experience is very similar to when you go on a Disney cruise, where there's multiple opportunities throughout the day to meet different Disney characters at different spots along the resort. So they have meet and greets, and they have all kinds of fun characters to go along with the Hawaiian theme.
They do. So Mickey and Minnie have their Hawaiian gear.
Of course.
You know, they're dressed up, I should say, clothing, not gear.
Right. Their outfits, they're cool matching outfits. They're all Hawaiian. So it's like Goofy has some fun like board shorts and he's going surfing.
Yeah, so I know they have character experiences just like they do in the parks or on the cruise. So, you know, their traditional breakfast, if you want to do that, you know what I mean? Yes. You can certainly do that.
They have a character breakfast there. The characters are at the Luau. So they have a luau at Aulani. So, which you have to do the luau. I mean, you just have to. And when you're in Hawaii, you have to do a luau. That's just like a must.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you know,
at Aulani, and the Mickey and Minnie, I know at least are part. I don't know what other characters are part of it, but I know Mickey and Minnie are part of it.
Yeah, so I know, so I looked it up real quick while we were talking because I couldn't remember. So I know Lilo and Stitch have been there in the past.
Yes, Lilo and Stitch and Moana.
Yes, Moana is there as well. I'm just double checking. You have the Chip and Dale.
Yes.
Chip and Dale are there. Goofy.
Now, there's the turtle. What is his name? Duffy's friend.
Yes.
I can't remember his name, but he's a turtle. Yes. And I think you can only see him at Aulani.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You can only see
him at Aulani, and they have merchandise and stuff for this. Darn, I can't remember his name, but he's super cute. I love the whole Duffy and Duffy's friend. We could do like a podcast on Duffy.
Oh, I wish we have Duffy. So when Duffy came out, we have Duffy and we have Shelly Mae.
I was gonna say, do you have Shelly Mae?
We do. I have a picture of Sarah. She got to meet Duffy. I wish they would bring Duffy back. I was so disappointed that they got
Duffy is over in the Asian Disneyland.
He is, yeah.
Like Duffy all over the place over there. You want to go to Tokyo Disneyland or Shanghai, but but they do have he has a little friend who's a turtle who's at Aulani. So it's really fun because you get the Disney characters. Of course, they have your standards, Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. And Pluto. I don't know about Donald and Daisy though.
They are there, I think, every once in a while.
You gotta have the Fab Five. I mean,
absolutely.
You include Daisy, but so also so Disney characters everywhere. They do fun things. They have yoga, like Goofy leads yoga on the lawn sometimes in the morning.
They do. Okay, I want to go back to the turtle's name.
Oh, did you find his name?
I'm probably going to totally mispronounce it. I'm telling you. Alu, O-L-U, Alu.
O-L-U, huh?
O-L-U, yes. That is his name.
Olu. Okay.
Olu.
Tell us if we're saying it incorrectly. We apologize.
Yes.
But he's so cute.
He is so cute. Anyway, go ahead.
The characters are all around the resort during the day. They go, they do crafts, they have dance parties, they have games. They're at the luau. They do a character breakfast. Goofy does yoga on the lawn. I know they do like painting sometimes. Like there is so much going on. But also at Aulani, and this is one of the things I think is the best perk, is Auntie's beach house.
Oh, yes.
So Auntie's beach house is the kids club. So, and it's included with your price. So it's not additional cost, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And they do super fun activities with the kids. And then you can drop your kids off there and go enjoy some of the adult things like the spa or the adult only pool area or just sit on the beach and enjoy the view.
Or have an adult date night,
Adult date night.
Yes.
But the characters will show up at Auntie's beach house too. So the kids get to see the characters while they're at the kids club.
I would imagine that Auntie's beach house is similar to the cruise line where once you put your kids in, they don't want to come out.
Yeah. Yes. They make some friends. They do some fun activities and so I think that that's true, except when your kids want to go to the pool, because the pools, oh my gosh, they look so fun.
There are quite a number of pools at Aulani.
I know there's so many pool areas, and it's like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a huge, like a full water park or something, but it's more than just a pool. Like, most resorts or hotels, you maybe have a nice pool with a water slide. This is like a lazy river. There's a couple of water slides. There's let's see, I wrote down the names because I couldn't remember them, but there's the let's see,
they have the Menahune Bridge,
and the keiki, which I think keiki
splash zone. Yes,
right, but keiki is the word for a child, for like Hawaiian. The splash zone, so those are water play areas for young kids. So they have, like this play structure, and there's fountains and the bucket that dumps water on you and all of that fun stuff.
So, and with anything, the Menahune Bridge has a story. Do you know the story
of the Menahune Bridge?
Yes.
No, I don't think I do.
So, according to tradition, the Menahunes are master builders. And so they created this special water play area just for the kiddos in one night.
In one night. So
in one night.
The Menahune also have an adventure trail.
They do.
So the Menahune are, like they're like these little sprites or like little, magical creatures, right, that live there. And they made this path, and you go down, and it's interactive. And there's all these different like things you can make happen, like interactive stuff, like as you learn their story and like discover all of these surprises down the adventure trail, which is so fun. So
I know.
You have that too, with the Menahune.
I know. And the Menahune has 2 water slides. That one has just 2 water slides, interactive play areas, just in that area. I know. I want to go.
Just in the Menahune Bridge area?
Yes, I want to go into the Menahune Bridge.
I think we're probably too old or too big.
We are. And our kids are probably too old too. So
I know. Well, maybe Noah could still go, because next year
we have to send him to be our like reporter of all the things of the Menahune Bridge.
Yeah. Or actually he'll be 10 when we go. Oh my gosh, what is wrong? Like, why are my kids getting so old? I'm like, no, that's not right.
I know.
And next year, that's crazy. That's double digits. Okay, we can't talk about this. We're moving
on. All
right. So there's also the Kamaka Grotto.
Yes.
Which is the adult area, and they have an infinity edge. You've seen pictures of this pool?
Oh yes, it looks amazing.
I want to live there. Like, it's
I know.
Infinity edge pool, and it's elevated. And then you're looking out over like the ocean. And the beach, and it just looks stunning. It's
amazing. Can we just go now? Like, I
know, right?
Get on the plane. I don't even need to pack anything. I'll just buy when I get there.
Yeah. So that's the only reason I think my kids would maybe be like, yeah, we're done with the kids club because we want to go back over to the water slides and the lazy river and all of that fun stuff. So they also have, which I think is super cool, is something called the Rainbow Reef.
Yes. It's
and
very unique.
It is, right? I think it's so cool. So it's 3,800 square feet, saltwater, private snorkeling lagoon.
I know, it looks amazing.
So you can sign up, and I'm sure it's an additional cost to go snorkeling in this private, lagoon that they have on the property. I think it's really cool because if you've never been snorkeling before, or maybe you've gone and you didn't really like, because it is a little rough when you're out on the ocean snorkeling, the waves and like the treading the water, it can be a lot. Like this seems a lot more calm and better for like kids, I would think, to try out snorkeling. Plus you're guaranteed to see all of these amazing fish because it's full of these beautiful, it's called the Rainbow Reef because it's like all the different colors of the rainbow for the fish.
Yes, it looks amazing. I'm not like a snorkeler just because I get a little claustrophobic with like the mask and stuff. But I would definitely probably give it a try just because I would.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm like. I feel like this is for people who don't love snorkeling or have never been, want to try it out. This is a really great option. But even if you don't want to go snorkeling, every day you can sign up to feed the fish.
That would probably be more my speed.
I don't know if that costs additional. I'm not sure if that costs. I don't think it does. I think you just sign, but you have to sign up because I think
you do have to sign up to do it.
So you can times a day, and obviously only so many people can do it. So you do have to sign up, but they do it every day. So at least one time while you're there, I would think it'd be fun to sign up to feed the fish at Rainbow Reef. So I think that is like such a cool, unique like thing that they have on property. That was a really great idea on their part. So let's see, the beach, then they have the beach, of course. And on the beach, there is an equipment rental place. And you can rent like boogie boards and snorkeling gear and stuff, but you also can take surfing lessons.
Yeah, that is something I want to do. I'm not very coordinated. I'm not very well coordinated, but I definitely, my family and I, we've talked about it. And we said one of the things that when we go, we want to take surfing lessons. So
I love that. I'd love to do that as well. I haven't asked my family if they'd want to do it, but maybe I'll just tell them.
You can just join us, Colleen.
I'll just join. Okay, my family won't go. I'll join your family, but I'd like to try to get I know Matt would do it. I know Matt would do surfing lessons. I got to convince the kids. I think Noah would try it.
I think it would be really just fun, just a different, unique experience. And so they have paddle boarding also. And that's something that you can do there as well. I would really enjoy doing the paddle boarding, which is something I've never done. So I would like to get out there and do all that fun stuff.
But that's what's nice about this lagoon that they have because, they've made it so that it's calm enough that you can do like the stand-up paddle boarding and stuff.
Yes.
So, kayaking, all of that fun stuff. So you really have the best of both worlds. You have this amazing pool area if you're more pool people, but you're still like overlooking the ocean and the beach. Or if you're more beach people, you can go to the beach and play in the beautiful sand. It looks gorgeous. This powdery white sand. And there's a paved trail, I guess. So you can walk along, walk along the edge of the water. Like, I don't know how long it goes, but that's nice too.
That would be nice in the early morning hours with the sunrise.
You doing that, Tina?
I know. It would also be lovely in the evening with the sunset, I think.
I think any time
would be amazing, but I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for that perfect Hawaiian picture moment, those would be the two. Yes.
Right? Let's see. We talked about the Menahune Adventure Trail already, but that is another super fun activity that you can do. They have the Luau. You absolutely have to do the Luau, and you need to sign up for that ahead of time.
Yeah,
like
60 days out, I believe.
that book's up. So like you definitely, it's one of the things you can pre-reserve is the luau and the character breakfast. Those are the two things I always tell. If you want to do those, you need to book them ahead of time because
those sell out fast. They fill up
Yeah.
fast, so you definitely want to make sure you're booking those. And speaking of luau's, you could do hula lessons
Hula
there
lessons.
and the ukulele.
Oh, that would be fun. I
Yes.
would love to do a ukulele lesson.
Sarah has one. So
Noah has one too.
Yeah, isn't that, they should bring it and they could take lessons
Yes.
together.
Oh my gosh. Well, we definitely, absolutely, we'll have to bring Noah's ukulele, and that would be really fun.
That would be fun. Yes.
I pretend like I know how to play it, but I don't. I have no idea.
I'm not very musical. So.
Okay, so in the evenings, and I feel like they do this basically every evening, maybe if the weather isn't good, but the weather is always good in Hawaii. So is they have these fireside storytelling.
Oh, yes.
So they have this big fire pit area, and they have this nice big fire at night. And so in Hawaiian culture, women who like you're friends with or like friends with your family, like you call them auntie. Like it doesn't matter if they're actually your aunt or not. And then you call them uncle. So uncle is the person who tells the stories, but sometimes Moana is there too.
Oh, how could you not want to not go to the fireside storytelling?
What a magical end of your day. Like, let's go down to the fireside and hear stories from Moana.
Yes.
Like, what? It's just crazy. So you have to do that, fireside storytelling. And then they also have something called community hall. And community hall is just, it's what it is. It's like a community center kind of, like in the resort. And they do all kinds of crafts and activities and stuff. Like I wonder if that's where they do the ukulele lessons and stuff, because they do all kinds of group activities all day long in community hall that you can sign up for.
No, I would like to do that too. I mean, you need at least a week.
I mean, there's so many things.
So that you can get your relaxation in too, like your downtime. You haven't talked about
I know. There's no downtime. This is going to be like going to Walt Disney World. It's going to be go, 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 but in Hawaii.
Yes.
We're going to have to pack a lot into like every time I like look at all the things to do at Aulani, I like increase how many days I think we want to stay there. Right. I'm like, well, maybe we should do 4 full days at Aulani because 3 doesn't seem like enough days.
It does not. I feel that. So when we go, I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, but we are actually, I think it's like a 2.5 week vacation. It's the longest vacation we've probably ever really done in a long time.
I love this.
Yes. And we are going to start out at Disneyland. And then we're going to head to Aulani, and then we're going to get on the cruise. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, can I stay after the cruise for a couple of days?
Well, you'll need to recover from the cruise before you go back. Yeah, I think I think that's valid. I really do.
I agree.
I am loving your family's plan, and it's like the family vacation of a lifetime. Like that's
yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we were supposed to do this 2 years ago, minus the cruise though. But we were just going to do Disneyland and then Aulani for like a full week or so. But now like this, I'm like, we'll kind of keep the same itinerary. So
it's what happened. Everybody, we all had to move everything forward a couple of years, and now we have these more elaborate vacations.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm excited for that. But
so another activity that they have that you have to do, and I don't think they do it every night because I'm sure it depends on the weather and whatnot, but they have this explore the stars, and I am not going to attempt to pronounce the name of it in the Hawaiian language because they have it. That's how they list it on their website. But I know I wouldn't be able to say it correctly. I'm still working on how to pronounce things. But it's essentially explore the stars. And they have this expert in astrology, and they have telescopes, and you meet and they I don't know, tell you what to look at in the stars and find constellations and probably tell you stories about it. And
That would be amazing.
Super cool. I know my husband is very into astrology.
Yes.
And
mine is too.
not astrology. Astronomy. Not astrology.
Astronomy.
Is like your astrological sign.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
He is not into astrology. If he listens, he'll be like, no, Colleen, I don't care about that. Astronomy. So I can say the right words sometimes. But that sounds cool. They don't do that every night. So I think that's something you got to look at. There's actually an app. So when you go to Aulani, you get the app and that you can see the activity, the daily activity calendar, and sign up for things or do favorite things. You know, it's really kind of like going on a Disney cruise, but it's like a resort in Hawaii instead.
Yes. An amazing resort in Hawaii. Amazing.
Okay.
So that sounds like fun. My daughter and husband are both into that too, and I think they would really enjoy that. I think it would be a fun thing to do for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looking at constellations and stuff is really fun. We have a telescope and but we also live in a neighborhood and it's like hard, unless we want to go out, drive out somewhere where there's no light, it can be hard. All right, it is time to talk about your favorite part.
I see it on the list.
What is the spa?
No, they have an amazing spa. They have a teen spa too. So,
Tina,
and I think that's
have a whole day just for the spa. I think.
Yes, I can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to. Luani.
I know. I can't. Yeah, I'm like.
I have to brush up.
Trying to say it and then making it messed up. I'm sure they say it beautifully when you're.
Yes.
But there's so much to do at this spa that I think you're going to have to do like a whole day there. But yeah, what I think is cool is they have stuff for teens, but they also have for younger kids too.
They do, and they can do like get their nails, manis and petties, and just
that.
Yes, and then they also have family, so you can go as a family and do the spa treatments together, which is amazing. And it really is just luxury in paradise at their spa.
They have family massages.
Yes.
I think it's very interesting. Family massages. And then they have this other thing called Ohana, which Ohana is, I'm sure Ohana existed before Lilo and Stitch, obviously. But like I know of Ohana because of Lilo and Stitch. And that's what they say. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. And they have this Ohana family experience, which is not available currently. But I'm hoping it'll come back. Yeah, I mean, it's still on the website, so I'm assuming they're going to have it come back. But it's like this whole experience where you use these lomi sticks, and it's like about healing and like reconnection. And it sounds super interesting to me.
It does sound interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. I would love to experience that. It seems very like culturally authentic, of like something that is part of their history and stuff. So I think it would be really neat to experience something like that.
So when we go to the spa, we'll have to divide and conquer. Like
Okay.
Stop, and then I can stop so that we could share with everybody. So I think it would be great. So they also have an outdoor hydrotherapy garden. It's outdoors.
Does that not look amazing?
I know, and it's complimentary access when you purchase a spa treatment.
Okay. So you spend 4 hours in the hydrotherapy garden.
Yes. I mean, it looks beautiful and amazing. So
oh my gosh, it looks so zen-like, right? Like you just want to stay there forever.
Yes. And they do have a full gym for those that want to stay on, sit while they're at the gym. I don't know.
Work out on vacation, which is not me. So in the hydrotherapy area, they have the vitality baths.
Yes.
Those look super interesting to me, the vitality baths that are like nature focused, infused baths that you soak in. So we have to do that.
Absolutely. I think it's all about connecting with yourself and connecting with nature. So
on site they have 2 restaurants.
Yes.
And they have 3 lounges. They do have like a snack bar thing by the pool. You can get Dole Whip, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course you can get Dole Whip.
And I bet you, so I am probably going to, Disney fans will probably not.
Unpopular Disney opinion.
Yeah, unpopular Disney opinion.
I feel it.
I am not the original. I'm not an original Dole Whip fan. So I'm not
what does that mean? Like you're working on it? Like you're
I'm working on it. So I like you know how they have the different flavors at Disney World of the Dole Whip. I like the different flavors of the different Dole Whips. I love pineapple. It's one of my favorite things, and I truly am obsessed with doing a pineapple tour in Hawaii. My family doesn't want to do it with me, so I'm trying to recruit anybody interested in pineapples to do the pineapple tour with me. It's a plantation that you can go and So anyway, I love pineapples, but I'm not a fan of the Dole Whip. But I wonder if it has a little bit of a different taste in Hawaii because the pineapples are so fresh.
Well, obviously this is research that needs to be done.
Yes. And I will try, and then I will give you my feedback. I don't not dislike the Dole Whip, but it's not
your favorite.
Well,
they do have also one of the things they have at Aulani that looks so fun and good to me is the shaved ice.
Oh, yes.
So they also have these amazing looking shaved ice treats you can get, and you can get it's shaped like Mickey and has like the rainbow colors, and that also looks really fun, and
it does
we have to try that too.
Yeah, absolutely. All research.
But the food sounds amazing. I've heard amazing things about both the restaurants that they have there. And then just all of the snacks and food. They have like a quick service kind of option too. So you can get like breakfast and lunch items and whatnot. But and like we already mentioned, there's a shopping plaza like across the street. So there's other food nearby too. So you don't have to always eat at, the Aulani. You can go other places and eat. But also, and I almost feel like this is like a side note, but it is also probably a very big perk for some people is there's a championship golf course.
There is in the area. I'm not a golfer. But there's
me neither. So I'm like,
but there are a lot of people who are big golfers and they like to golf in different areas.
Golf in Hawaii, right? So
absolutely.
Nice to know there's the championship golf course right there nearby, and that you can take advantage of. And I can imagine it's beautiful. If I was going to be a golfer, it would be in Hawaii.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then another thing I wanted to mention to people, because Oahu is it's a pretty big island, and there's a lot of different things to see around the island. So people often want to rent a car while they're there. And one of the things I think is great at Aulani is they have a car rental desk. So instead of like needing to rent a car for the entire time and pay to park, because you have to pay to park at like any hotel in the area, and it's not cheap. And renting a car is not cheap on Hawaii either. So it's nice that they have a car rental desk, because you could just rent a car for like a day to go out and do, like that's what I would do. I would say, let's set aside this one day. We're going to rent a car and we're going to drive and go to Pearl Harbor or go drive around the island and do Diamond Head or whatever. And then you don't have the whole time that you're there.
And that is a nice perk to be able to have that flexibility to be able to rent a car on property. Like you said, just in case you want to leave for the day and just explore the island, which I recommend doing because how often are you really going to get to Hawaii? Maybe every few years, maybe it's a once in a lifetime vacation, but it's an opportunity just to kind of get out and explore the beautiful island and see the different things that you can do and experience the Hawaiian culture. Also, so I think
there's some really amazing things. I think Pearl Harbor is a big one for people that want to go and visit, and there's several famous hiking trails and things like Diamond Head, And then the Polynesian Cultural Center is
Yes.
also on Oahu. And that's a really cool place to go, especially if you want to learn more about Hawaiian culture and the history of the Hawaiian Islands. So that's definitely one of the things on my list, I think. But I would say if you want to go to Hawaii, do a family vacation and not do a cruise necessarily, going to Oahu and staying at Aulani is like the best. Like that's the ultimate experience, I think.
No, I 100% agree, because I think it really does immerse you into the Hawaiian culture.
Yeah.
And it's a Disney resort. So if you are familiar with the Disney experiences, it's going to be top notch, and you definitely are going to be catered to, and it's going to definitely be amazing. And so I'm personally super excited to go to here. I know I can't. I'm like a little kid.
Not this July. It's next July.
It's next July, and we are. I can't even wait to experience it and to be able to bring that experience back to our audience.
Absolutely.
And just sort of share all about it. The downside is you probably want to go all the time now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we should definitely mention, like, if you guys are interested in joining us on this amazing vacation, it is a group trip that we're doing with Mystical Dream Travel, and it is including a 7-night Hawaiian cruise, an inter-island Hawaiian cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line, and then many of us are also doing Aulani, or like you're going all out and doing Disneyland and Aulani ahead of time. But you could really, you could do a Disneyland and the cruise, or Aulani and the cruise, or do the cruise and then Aulani, or whatever, because how often are you going to fly to Hawaii? So I figure you make the most of it. But you can also join us on this group trip. It's not too late to join us. And the cruise itself is going to be amazing, because I think it's absolutely the best way to see as much of the Hawaiian Islands as you can within a decent budget, and not being there for like 2 weeks or something, because we really are flying at a lot of places.
Yes, and flying in between islands, which can be costly, up to $200 a person one way. So you definitely doing a cruise on this inter-island cruise is a great way, like you mentioned, Colleen, to see the different islands throughout Hawaii and have different experiences. And we should also mention, when you book the group cruise, there are some great amenities.
In addition to just getting to travel with us, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's the biggest perk, but
yeah, absolutely. But there are definitely some amenities and discounts on the cruise. So you definitely want to make sure you reach out to your Mystical Dream Travel travel advisor. And we should also mention, a lot of the agents over there are certified and have a specialty in Hawaii.
Yes, in Hawaii, because there's a lot. It's a lot to know. I would say the Hawaii training was one of the more intense ones of like any destination.
I agree. So I 100% agree.
Islands, and each one has something unique to offer. But yeah, definitely, it's a bucket list, once in a lifetime vacation here that we're putting together for next July, and we still have lots of time to join us and get planning your fantastic Hawaiian vacation. And also, I just wanted to throw out there to our listeners, have any of you been to Aulani? Have you visited Aulani, and what did you think? Like, what was your favorite part of Aulani? What did your family enjoy at Aulani if you've been? And we can't wait to hear more, and we can't wait to go and experience it ourselves. Yes. So I think that's all for Aulani for now. And of course, we will absolutely have to do a podcast after we go to Aulani, and we'll really dish about our firsthand experience. And until next time, we hope all of your travels are magical.